Sitting cross-legged, a man pondered deeply, his sword stuck in front of him like a solemn sentinel. Behold the end of the sword, the man with the sword thought, his mind drifting to the depths of his soul's journey. Before my master passed away, this was the testament he left me along with the sword. The man remembered, his voice echoing in the quiet recesses of his mind. Swinging the sword for over 100 years, I reached the end of the sword, but his thoughts trailed off, lost in the abyss of time. In the face of the approaching death, everything was futile. The man lamented, his heart heavy with the burden of inevitability. I regret living obsessed with the sword. If only I could have lived an ordinary life, he whispered softly, his words a lament for lost possibilities. Speaking of being ordinary, the child of a woman who ruined our clan. You should consider it a blessing that you weren't driven out, someone shouted, their voice a cruel reminder of the past's wounds. In the prestigious house of poison and hidden weapon arts, Sichuan's Tang family has fallen, the echoes of history whispered, their words laden with the weight of tragedy. One of the new powers of Murim that brought down the order of its 9 sects, Heaven's Brilliance, the demon lord, Yeon-Myeong. The specter of tyranny loomed, casting a shadow over the land. If his proposals were refused, if he took a fancy to a woman, he would propose that she marry him. And if ignored or refused, he would take her by force. The dark whispers of oppression filled the air, suffocating all hope. Such eccentricities of Yeon-Myeong extended to the Sichuan Tang family. The tendrils of corruption entwined, binding all in their grasp. And the poison phoenix, Tang Yeon-Myeong, was targeted. The flames of destruction licked, consuming all in their path. Facing Heaven's Brilliance demon lord who came to take Tang Yeon-Myeong, the Sichuan Tang family fought with all their might and won. Yeon-Myeong recounted, his voice a beacon of defiance in the darkness. But as a result of pouring all their resources, the Sichuan Tang family walked the path of downfall. How can you collapse now? There's still a long way to go. What will your glaring do? If you feel wronged, blame your mother. The bully's voice pierced the silence, its venom poisoning the air. This is my daily life. Because my mother attracted the attention of the Heaven's Brilliance demon lord and ruined the clan. The resentful words and harsh hands directed at my mother reached me as well. Yeon-Myeong thought bitterly, his heart a fortress against the onslaught of hatred. Son, why are you so late? Yeon-Myeong's mother, Poison Phoenix Tang Yeon asked, her voice a gentle melody amidst the cacophony of chaos. Why is your face like that? Did something happen? She continued, her concern a balm to his wounded soul. Ha ha ha. It's nothing, Mom. Yeon-Myeong replied to his mother, his words a feeble attempt to shield her from the harsh realities of their world. I know you're lying, son. Were the kids bullying you? His mother asked again, her worry a testament to her boundless love.
No, ma'am.
I fell on my own while playing with friends, Yeon-Myeong responded, his words a whispered prayer for her peace of mind. What if you scar your face? His mother worried. She fears a mirror of her own. I'll be more careful next time, so you don't have to worry, Mom. Yeon-Myeong assured her, his words a silent vow to protect her at all costs. Son, have you eaten? His mother inquired, her voice a gentle reminder of her nurturing nature. Sorry, I don't have an appetite. I'll rest a bit, Mom. Yeon-Myeong declined, his exhaustion a weight dragging him down. I know it's not your fault, Mother, but there's no one I can complain to. Raising my voice only brings retaliation. Father went the same way. Even if we leave the Tang family, who would protect us, mother and son? Yeon-Myeong lamented internally, his thoughts a lament for the injustices of their world. Would it have been different if father were here? He wondered, his heart aching for the guidance of a lost patriarch. Kid, stop exaggerating. The bully interrupted, his voice a reminder of the harsh realities of their world. Don't be a drama queen, it's just the beginning. The bully taunted, his words a cruel mockery of Yeon-Myeong's pain. Guys, that's too much, leave him be. A voice urged, its plea a beacon of hope in the darkness. I prepared hard to play with Yeon-Myeong, so don't wear him out before we even start. Tang Yeon-Myeong, the female bully, suggested her words are a veiled threat of further torment. A wrong needle could cripple you. Be thankful that I'm holding you firmly. Tang Yeon-Myeong asserted, his words a reminder of the precariousness of their existence. Yeon-Myeong, I wouldn't kill you. As long as the effect of the poison is confirmed, you'll be given the antidote. Okay? Tang Yeon-Myeong reassured. Her words are a twisted promise of mercy. You can't die. Understood? She demanded, her tone a command that brooked no disobedience. The skin is reacting right away. Yeon-Myeong, endure it. You can do this. Tang Yeon-Myeong encouraged excitedly, her enthusiasm a stark contrast to the agony of his suffering. Just how long do I have to endure? Yeon-Myeong asked desperately, his voice a plea for release from his torment. I just want to live a normal life, he cried out, his words a desperate prayer for escape from the cycle of suffering. If I just close my eyes now, it would be so much easier, he thought, his mind flirting with the allure of oblivion. Then who would protect my mother? He asked himself, his heart torn between duty and desire. If only I hadn't been born so weak. If I could have stood up to those guys, he lamented, his regrets a weight dragging him down. I don't ask for much. I just want to become strong enough to protect my mother and me, he vowed, his determination a flickering flame in the darkness. A sword? Since when has that been there? He wondered, his gaze drawn to the weapon that lay before him like a silent guardian. Strange. I'm sure I've never seen that sword before, but it doesn't feel unfamiliar, as if it was mine, he mused, his thoughts drifting to the mysteries of his past. Having trained with the sword for over 100 years. Lines did I draw? How many? But the end is so futile, he confessed, his words a silent plea for redemption. Even having reached the end of the sword, I cannot stop the approaching death, regretting the past. All overwhelms me, he admitted, his heart heavy with the burden of his failures. If I could live a second life, I just want to live a normal life. In this life, too, I've remembered everything, he confessed, his words a whispered prayer for a second chance. I was a swordmaster in my past life, and the current life's Tang Yeon-Myeong. From now on, live a normal life, he vowed, his resolve firm and unwavering. Where do you think you're going after coming in so injured yesterday? Yeon-Myeong's mother questioned, her voice filled with concern. Don't worry, mother. Nothing you worry about will happen. I'll be back, Yeon-Myeong assured his mother, his words a silent promise to return unharmed. Yeon-Myeong is not avoiding us today, is he? A voice remarked, its tone filled with curiosity. Well, we did beat him up quite badly yesterday, the bully from the other day remarked, his voice filled with pride. If he doesn't want his mom to see him in a sorry state, he'll show up, right? Another voice speculated, its tone tinged with amusement. Still, the kid's got guts, a voice observed, its tone filled with grudging respect. Guts? What guts? Another voice questioned, its tone skeptical. Well, it doesn't matter. If he shows up, we'll beat him up thoroughly. And if he doesn't, we'll gather the kids and mock him, a voice declared, its tone filled with malice. Oh, finally, there he comes, a voice observed, its tone filled with anticipation. You're really late. I thought you weren't going to show up and got worried, a voice teased, its tone mocking. Hey, Yeon-Myeong, over here, hurry up, a voice called out, its tone filled with excitement. Yeon-Myeong, you must have had a hard time. How come you look unharmed? Moon-chan questioned him, his voice filled with curiosity. Just that much won't hurt me, Moon-chan, he replied confidently, his voice steady and resolute. The guy who was moaning in pain yesterday is saying what? Moon-chan mocked, his voice tinged with amusement. Tang Jong-il and Tang Yeon-Myeong. Yeon-Myeong stated, his voice cutting through the chatter. What's the occasion? Yeon-Myeong is calling us by our names? Today, our Yeon-Myeong really wants to die? A voice teased, its tone mocking. Was yesterday's poison not enough? Should we double the dose today? Another one teased, its tone filled with cruelty. Why aren't you paying attention to the person in front of you? How dare you? Tang Yeon-Myeong shouted angrily, his voice filled with rage. How come Jong-il got knocked down in one hit? He was supposed to be untrained in martial arts, so how did this happen? Young Ryong shocked, her voice filled with confusion. I don't know. Moon-chan answered, his voice filled with uncertainty. What you guys can do, there's no reason I can't. You said you're participating in the clan leader competition, right? Are you going to enter with this extent of skills? Yeon-Myeong challenged, his voice filled with determination and defiance. This guy, he seems like a completely different person overnight, Moon-chan wondered, his voice filled with awe and admiration. Jong-il got caught off the guard for a moment. We've trained for years for the competition. We won't lose to someone like him, he continued, his voice filled with determination. Let's see if you can say the same word after you taste my skill, Moon-chan shouted to Yeon-Myeong while attacking him, his voice filled with determination. Blocking Moon-chan with one hand, Yeon-Myeong calmly stated, if the level of the participant is like you, the winner of this competition is pretty much decided. The hidden poison hall, once the sanctum of the clan leader's authority, now hosted the assembly of elders. As everyone is present, let us commence the meeting. The contenders for the young clan leader competition seem to have narrowed down. Let us finalize the decision on Tang Yeon-Myeong, the son of Poison Phoenix. Although he hasn't officially declared, it's common knowledge he's been outshone by other children. He's shown no prowess thus far. Any objections to excluding him? The Grand Elders declared. But isn't Tang Yeon-Myeong of the previous leader's lineage? Another elder interjected. Exclusion may raise doubts about the competition's legitimacy. Another elder added. I comprehend your concerns. But wouldn't it be a greater issue if an unskilled participant lowers the competition standard? Despite his lineage, he's now a liability to our family, correct? The Grand Elders pressed. The tranquility of the meeting room was abruptly shattered as the door was violently breached. Instantly, the atmosphere shifted from one of serene deliberation to one of tense alarm. Witnessing the unexpected event, one of the elders spoke up, addressing the breacher, Tang Yeon-Myeong. Meanwhile, the Grand Elder, his expression grim, turned towards Tang Yeon-Myeong and uttered in a low yet terrifying voice, Tang Yeon-Myeong, do you understand what you're doing now? I am fully aware of what I'm doing, thank you. For so long, I've endured suppression in the Tang family. But now, I no longer intend to endure, Tang Yeon-Myeong responded. To harm a child in the competition like this, are you serious? One of the elders said with a ragged voice. Do you realize it's a grave offense to harm a competitor? Another elder exclaimed. I am well versed in our family's rules. But isn't conflict between competitors permissible? Am I right, Grand Elder? What is this child saying? The elders were baffled. Tell me, Tang Yeon-Myeong, do you truly intend to participate in the competition? The Grand Elder inquired. Is that not evident? Yeon-Myeong replied. What? The elder queried. You might want to inspect the courtyard outside the main hall. Moon-chan and Jong-il used to torment me. I've merely adhered to the family's rule. Repay the kindness twofold and pay your revenge tenfold, Yeon-Myeong elucidated. So, you've proved your mettle and wish to compete. The Grand Elders concluded. Elder, this cannot be. He's exploiting the immunity from serious offenses granted to competitors. Regardless of legitimacy, it jeopardizes others. The elders protested in unison. No, let him partake, the Grand Elders decreed. Not believing what they just heard, the elders questioned the decree. If he presents himself so boldly, why should we impede him? Grand Elder questioned. Why hinder a legitimate, capable child willing to participate? The Grand Elders retorted. Tang Yeon-Myeong, I hope your confidence matches your skill. If you fail to become the young clan leader, you'll answer for today's events, the Grand Elders warned. With that, the meeting concerning Yeon-Myeong's participation in the future Young Leader competition came to an end. How could you participating in the competition? Yeon-Myeong's mother fretted. It was necessary, mother, Yeon-Myeong reassured. With such conviction, it's no mere whim, Yeon-Myeong's mother mused. A name meaning surviving as long as possible. Though still a child, I sensed the makings of a great man, Yeon-Myeong's mother thought to herself. I won't inquire about your techniques or how you overcame 3 assailants. Just answer me this, are you confident about the competition? Yeon-Myeong's mother asked. Who do you think I am, Mom? I am the son of the Poison Phoenix, Yeon-Myeong affirmed. You've grown admirably. I'm proud of you, son, his mother said. Mother's embrace is comforting. I'll protect my ordinary life. Anything that threatens it, I'll vanquish, Yeon-Myeong vowed to himself. As time flew by, a month had passed, and it was now the day when Yeon-Myeong had to leave his home to participate in the competition. Sister, should we intervene? The competition isn't child's play. You know that better than anyone else. Tang Yeon-Myeong voiced concern to Yeon-Myeong's mother. Every moment is precious. Please just let him be, Yeon-Myeong's mother replied. He's not one to act without a plan, Yeon-Myeong's mother added. Indeed, his demeanor, composure, and courage are remarkable for his age, Yeon-Myeong agreed. But his current attitude, he voicing his concern. Are you worried? You and the Dark King family have supported Yeon-Myeong. I'm grateful, Yeon-Myeong's mother said. The situation he's created demands my involvement. At this point, I can't help but have expectations for him. But is it wise for him not to train separately? Yeon-Myeong pondered. My methods thus far have sufficed. Balance is key, eating the healthy of meals prepared by my mother, getting plenty of sleep, and using internal breathing method to fix the twisted blood vessels. I'm in the right path. Simply honing my strength and skill is not necessary. Yeon-Myeong contemplated. However, at this moment, it is essential to fortify the vessel that contains that power, the body. At the tender age of just 12, the full body meridians and pathways aren't heavily blocked with impurities. As my level increases, naturally, a transformation will occur, but even then, the foundation remains crucial. To maintain balance, I now need to focus on getting the nutrition and rest necessary for physical growth. Yeon-Myeong deepened his contemplation. I'll get going, Mom. Yeon-Myeong bid his farewell to his mother. Take care, his mother replied. Farewell, Sister Tang Yeon-Myeong, Yeon-Myeong said. Nice meeting you, Yeon-Myeong, Yeon-Myeong responded. With farewells bid and resolve set, Yeon-Myeong now departs for the competition, his determination unwavering. Longryang, our son has grown well, if only could have seen him, Yeon-Myeong's mother murmured to his late husband. Dark King Hall, place where the participants of the competition gather. Have I come too early? Yeon-Myeong pondered. He's Poison Phoenix's son, right? A bystander asked. Yes, Tang Yeon-Myeong. The one who bested Moonshon? Another queried. Isn't that a rumor? I heard he couldn't learn martial arts, another chimed in. And he's competing with us? The standard has plummeted, murmured others. Hearing those words, Yeon-Myeong furrowed his brow in concern. Let's take him down, right here, right now. At the same moment, a peculiar object struck the bully squarely on the head. Hey, are you okay? That guy? He's using a hidden weapon, exclaimed another bystander, his voice accusing. Wait a moment, it's not a hidden weapon, it's just a half-eaten rice cake, isn't it? Queried another bystander, confused. Maintaining a calm demeanor, Yeon-Myeong addressed the mob while saying, Didn't you hear that Moonshon got beaten up? They just came in 3, yet they're standing their ground. You guys are quite a big group, aren't you? Don't tell me you're going to gang up on me and run away? Yeon-Myeong taunted the group of bullies. Unable to tolerate the insult, the bully ordered all his friends. Let's teach him a lesson. Let's take him down, right here, right now. It wasn't long until one of the bullies went flying through the gate, landing where the instructor was standing. With a confused expression, the instructor questioned, "Wasn't he one of the participants?" "Wait, don't tell me something happened while I'm away," he added, his concern evident in his voice. Arriving at the scene, Jiakwi couldn't believe what he was seeing and spontaneously shouted, "You guys, what is this commotion?" "I was getting bored waiting. It's not my fault. They are started at first," Yeon-Myeong remarked. Even if he say so, the commotion was significant enough that the elders couldn't let it slide. Back in the courtroom. "We can't ignore this, Grand Elder," one of the elders insisted, the gravity of the situation apparent in his tone. "Too many injuries. Such a person as a clan leader? Unacceptable," another elder added. "Then, we'll amend the rules of this competition," the elders decided. Back into the competition ground where the participants gather. "How does the competition work?" a girl asked. "From training 2 until 3 in mountain into one-on-one duels," another girl explained. "Who are you?" the girl inquired. "I answered your query," the girl in the glass replied. "I heard the competition's details are confidential, so how did you know it well?" With a bragging voice, the girl in glasses said, "My father works at the general office. I got a little tip from him." Couldn't continue their conversation. A voice urged, "Everyone silent. Tang Jiakwi here. I'll outline the competition." Leader Jiakwi. So impressive, the participants marveled. The competition lasts 4 years. 3 for practice, then one-on-one goo poison matches, Jiakwi explained. "Goo poison? Like the stories?" the participants gasped. "It's a personal combat format. Last one standing wins," the Grand Elder clarified. "Due to recent incidents, we've altered the format. Fight for victory," the Grand Elder urged. "It's all because of Tang Yeon-Myeong, that bastard," the participants murmured. "The young clan leader role is vital. Fight with all you have," the Grand Elder concluded. Despite the unexpected changes in the competition and the fierce gazes of the other participants, Yeon-Myeong remained calm and composed as he spoke in his mind. "It doesn't seem difficult," Yeon-Myeong remarked, confident among his peers.
Sichuan Province, Black Death Alliance Territory, Dark Moon Sword Sect Main Camp. At the meeting room. "First, thank you all for gathering here. I know everyone is busy with their affairs, but please listen to what I have to say first. You all must be aware of the scheme the Tang family has been plotting recently." McKean-Hu addressed his fellow executives with a sense of urgency. "Are you referring to the young clan leader competition?" another executive asked, curiosity tinged in his voice. "According to our spies, they declared the competition a few days ago." Yet another one added, concern evident in his tone. "Exactly. Right after that, the participants, the children of the Tang family with potential to become the young clan leader, left in carriages," McKean-Hu explained with a hint of frustration. "Of course, the current state of the Tang family is such that our leader could eliminate them anytime if he wishes," McKean-Hu continued, a note of caution in his voice. "But for now, he's leaving them be because they still have some use. It's clear as day that those children are the future of the Tang family. If anything goes wrong, it would deal an irreversible blow to the Tang family," McKean-Hu concluded, a sense of gravity underlying his words. "But when should we act?" another executive asked, with a hint of impatience. "For now, we'll do nothing. Tracking the carriage now and plucking the buds that the Tang family is trying to grow would indeed be easy. But that wouldn't truly deliver a significant blow to the Tang family, would it? The Tang family's young clan leader competition runs for a total of 4 years. Imagine if, after all that effort, all their carefully nurtured children were to die at the climax of the competition." McKean-Hu elaborated, his voice tinged with strategic foresight. "That would indeed be a fatal blow, ha ha ha." The mummy-looking executive agreed, his voice low and grave. "Like the Jigel family or the Moyong family from Yodong," the woman executive added, a note of sorrow in her tone. That's exactly right, McKean said, his voice resolute. For now, let's just track where the carriage is heading and make our move after 4 years. The tracking has already been arranged, and not only that, I've also planted a small seed. Maybe the Tang family will fall entirely into our hands, McKean concluded, his tone carrying a sense of calculated patience. While all this unfolded, at the Common Mountain, the venue for the Sichuan Tang Family Young Clan Leader competition, another scene was set. Although the competition rules have changed, the schedule and procedures remain the same. During the competition, participants will be called by numbers instead of names. Each group consists of 4, and you are Group 7, the instructor explained, his voice clear and authoritative. Wait, someone is missing. Where is number 28? The instructor exclaimed, a touch of panic in his tone. After scanning the surroundings, the instructor noticed that number 28 was lagging behind the rest of the group. With a sharp tone, the instructor called out, "Number 28, why are you lagging behind?" "Sorry, I was just thinking for a moment," Tang Yeon-Myeong answered, his voice calm amidst the instructor's agitation. "There's no time for idle thoughts. Make sure not to fall behind," the instructor said, his frustration evident. "Doesn't the person leading us sense it? I feel a presence from behind. It doesn't seem like a passing commoner or an escort from the Tang family. We've been tailed," Yeon-Myeong murmured, his voice carrying a note of alertness. After a while, the group arrived at the front of a cliff, leaving one of the participants puzzled. "Instructor, is this the place?" "Here. There's nothing here," Tang Yuri asked, her voice tinged with uncertainty. Before the instructor could answer the question, a voice emanated from the cliff, sending shivers down everyone's spine. "Group 7, give the password," it demanded, echoing through the silence with an ominous tone. "What? The cliff is speaking?" The participants were shocked, their voices filled with disbelief. "Poison King of Hidden Poison," the instructor answered, his voice firm despite the surreal situation. "The password is confirmed," the cliff replied, its voice booming with authority. A man emerged from the cliff and said, "Nice to meet you, everyone. My name is Jigel Chong Shin, and I'm here to assist in your competition," his voice resonating with a sense of reassurance. The Jigel family, once one of the 5 great families, like the Sichuan Tang family and a master of formations, but now fallen due to the invasion of Heaven's Brilliance Demon Lord. Thanks to the support of the Tang family, our family has barely managed to survive, Jigel Chong Shin continued, his voice carrying the weight of past struggles. "In return, we prevent external forces from intruding in this competition," he continued while walking inside the formation cliff, his voice resolute in purpose. "Our Jigel family will assist the proceedings through our formations," Jigel Chong Shin concluded, his voice filled with determination. "This is the formation technique of the Jigel family," Tang Yuri remarked, her voice filled with awe. "You can't tell the season or space. Such a thing is possible," Tang Yeon added, her voice reflecting wonder. "Tang Yeon-Myeong, what's with him? He's not concentrating again at all in any of these. Thinking back, he was like that in the carriage too." Tang Mirio pondered to herself, her voice tinged with concern. Back to when the participants were on their way to the cliff. "When you arrive, you'll be moving together for 3 years," the instructor said, his voice firm with authority. "How about you introduce yourselves first?" one of the kids proposed, her voice brimming with enthusiasm. "You're Tang Yeon-Myeong, right?" Tang Yuri asked, her voice filled with curiosity.
I'm Tang Yuri.
"I've heard a lot about you. No one who came for the competition doesn't know about the fight you had that day," she continued, her voice tinged with admiration. "Now is my turn. My name is Tang Yeon. Nice to meet you," Tang Yeon said, her voice polite and friendly. You're quite famous, you know? She added a hint of admiration in her tone. You're the one who left Tang Yeon-Myeong in that state, right? You've got some nerve. You know his great-grandfather is one of the 3 elders, right? Tang Yeon concluded, her voice carrying a touch of accusation. You might be safe during the 4 years of the competition, but could you imagine what will happen after the competition ends? Tang Yuri added, her voice tinged with concern and uncertainty. Not long after, with a cold expression, Tang Yeon-Myeong responded, What are you trying to say? Is it my responsibility now because it turned into a goo poison match? Yeon-Myeong's voice was calm but firm, betraying no hint of emotion. It was surprising the rules changed, but I'm not looking to blame, Tang Yuri said, her voice attempting to defuse the tension. Hearing the conversation, Tang Yeon-Myeong grew annoyed and exclaimed, I really want to argue about it. Her voice rose in frustration. Joining the conversation, Tang Yeon added, Though whatever has happened, now we're in the same group. No, I want to argue about it. Look at that expression. Is that the face of someone who's caused inconvenience? Tang Yeon-Myeong continued, her voice escalating in intensity. Despite the tension, Tang Yeon-Myeong remained calm, letting out a resigned sigh. What? Are you mocking me? Tang Yeon-Myeong snapped, her voice sharp with offense. Back to the present, inside the formation, Tang Yeon-Myeong grumbled within her mind, her frustration palpable. The others might have let you off easy, but not me. I prepared so much for today. If this guy causes another problem, I won't let him slide easily. Lost in her own thoughts, Tang Yeon-Myeong was so focused that she didn't notice Tang Yuri walking in front of her until their heads collided with a resounding thud. Ouch! Hey! Why did you stop all of a sudden? Tang Yeon-Myeong exclaimed, her voice laced with pain, the discomfort evident in her tone. With a trembling voice, Tang Yuri replied, Oh well, Instructor Jiggle seems to have disappeared. Her voice tinged with concern. He was right in front of us a moment ago, but he vanished, Tang Yeon added, her voice filled with confusion. Where did he go? Tang Yuri panically asked, her voice rising in alarm. Getting lost in the formation could trap us in a spatial rift, Tang Yeon-Myeong added, her voice trembling with fear. In the confusion of the participants, Tang Yeon-Myeong said, No way. Could Instructor Jiggle himself get caught in his own formation? No, wait. More importantly, what about us? How do we get out from here? She continued, her voice growing more desperate. Well, if we stay put, won't someone come to rescue us? Tang Yuri reassured, her voice trying to remain calm. Are we trapped here without being able to move? Tang Yeon asked, her voice filled with disbelief. Is there anyone here who knows about formations? Tang Yuri asked the others, her voice tinged with hope. Observing Yeon-Myeong's demeanor, Tang Yeon-Myeong couldn't help but wonder, what's he doing? No, rather, why is he so relaxed? Her voice was tinged with confusion, reflecting her bewilderment at Yeon-Myeong's calm demeanor amidst the tension and chaos surrounding them. As he traversed the rift of the formation, Jaegal Chong-sin muttered to himself, By now, they must be panicking inside the formation. In the Jiggle family's 7 locks phantom dome formation, without the casters, there's no escaping. His voice carried a sense of satisfaction, betraying his confidence in the effectiveness of the formation and his anticipation of the participants' distress within it. And to think the Tang family's elders would be so petty, to hold an entire group just because of one kid. Jaegal Chong-sin continued, his voice tinged with disdain. Reflecting on the words of the grand elder of the Tang family, Jaegal Chong-sin mulled over the order. If you eliminate number 28, we'll double the support to the Jiggle family. His thoughts were a mixture of contemplation and intrigue as he considered the implications of this offer and how it might shape the events to come. But how could I ignore such a promise? Jaegal Chong-sin mumbled to himself, his thoughts echoing with a sense of urgency. The competition being unfair only harms the Sichuan Tang family, he concluded, grappling with the ethical dilemma posed by the Grand Elder's offer and its potential consequences for his own clan. Our Jegal family only stands to gain, Jaegal Chongsin concluded, his voice filled with determination. Lost in thought, he was suddenly jolted by a strange noise coming from the direction where he had left the participants behind. Jaegal Changsin's shock was palpable as he muttered, "But how?" It was as if he had seen a ghost, his disbelief evident in his tone. A familiar face appeared, its expression unreadable. "What will happen if you leave us behind?" Yeon-Myeong's voice was calm yet firm as he tore through the layer of the formation. "Our steps don't match yet because we're still inexperienced, so please be careful," he continued. "Oh, I'm sorry, I made a mistake," Jaegal Chongsin absurdly answered, his voice filled with embarrassment. Confused by the situation, he muttered to himself, "What? Just how?" But there was no flaw in the formation, was there? His voice tinged with disbelief. "Just how did he suddenly appear?" he continued, his voice filled with total confusion. "Yeon-Myeong, how did you do that just now?" Tang Yuri asked, her voice filled with astonishment. "What I only did was cut through it," Yeon-Myeong casually answered, his voice calm and matter-of-fact. "Cutting through the formation? Is that even possible? What are you talking about?" Tang Ijin shockingly asked, her voice filled with disbelief. Cutting off the three conversations, Tang Mirio said, "Is this really the time to worry about such things? We were lucky to find Instructor Jegal just now. Let's just focus to not lose him again and follow properly this time," she continued, her voice filled with determination. But when they looked in the direction where Jaegal Chongsin was, he couldn't be found anywhere. "He disappeared again," the participants exclaimed, their voices filled with alarm. Running in a hurry to escape, Jaegal Chongsin grumbled, "Damn it, to think that I, a member of the Jegal family, would flee within my own formation. But that kid's eyes, they were the kind of eyes that simple tricks couldn't fool. How can a child barely 12 years old exhibit such spirit?" he continued, his voice tinged with disbelief. "Finally, I found it. This is the exit leading to the training grounds." Jaegal Chongsin was relieved. This should be enough. Whatever method he used, he shouldn't be able to reach here, he concluded, his voice tinged with a sense of finality. Exhausted from running, Jaegal Chongsin collapses onto his knees, hearing a voice calling his name. "Instructor Jegal! Instructor Jegal! Are you all right?" It's Tang Yeon-Myeong, the Tang family instructor. He approaches with concern evident in his voice. "You don't look well, and the participants of Group 7 are nowhere to be seen." "What happened?" he asked, his worry palpable. Caught off guard by the unexpected event, Jaegal Chongsin couldn't answer immediately. His mind raced as he grumbled inwardly, "Stay calm. I've prepared for this kind of questioning." Finally composing himself, Jaegal Chongsin spoke aloud. "It seems Group 7 won't be participating in the competition," his voice tinged with regret. "What do you mean?" Tang Yeon-Myeong asked, his voice tinged with confusion. "I've waited for a long time, but the participants didn't show up," Jaegal Chongsin answered, his voice filled with a hint of resignation. "They might have been attacked by bandits or wild animals in the area. Sadly, accidents happen without warning," Jaegal Chongsin continued, his voice carrying a sense of acceptance. "It seems we'll have to proceed without Group 7. But, before Jaegal Chongsin could finish his answer, there was a sudden, massive tremor from the formation. With anticipation coursing through him, Jaegal Chongsin gazed toward the direction of the formation and muttered, "This can't be." "The formation?" Filled with alarm, Tang Yeon-Myeong asked, "Is there an intruder?" Jaegal Chongsin awkwardly replied, "Ah, no, sir. Wait, Let me check first. His voice betrays his uncertainty. Before he could fully understand the situation, another huge tremor shook the area, and he exclaimed, "It's broken, one of the Jeagle family's supreme formations. The Seven Locks Phantom Dome formation broke so easily?" Jaegal Chong-sin continued, his voice filled with disbelief. To his dismay, the familiar face that Jaegal didn't want to see appeared, saying, "What a relief! How have you been, instructor?" With disbelief in her eyes, Tang Yeon-Myeong raised her voice. "What in the world? The skill just now was astonishing. Did he break the formation with that short sword? How is that possible?" She concluded, her astonishment palpable. "I didn't break the formation. I just opened a gap. It will close soon, so hurry up and leave." Yeon-Myeong answered her, his tone surprisingly casual given the circumstances. "Are you guys or participants of the 7th group?" Tang Won-jin asked, trying to regain his composure. "Yes, but who are you?" Tang Yeon-Myeong asked, her curiosity piqued. "There's a Tang family crest on his hood," Tang Yeon whispered, her voice barely audible. Ignoring her question, the instructor said, "I was worried you were attacked like Instructor Jeagle said, but thankfully, you guys are okay." "Attacked? I see. It seems you misunderstood us for being lost. But thanks to you marking the entrance of the formation, we could easily find our way here," Yeon-Myeong answered. Observing Jaegal Chang-sin's expression, Yeon-Myeong pondered inwardly. It seems he is under the Tang family's orders. For now, I'll let it be since it's just suspicion, but after the competition, if it's revealed that he collaborated with the elders, I will root out the Jeagle clan completely. Pretending not to be aware of what happened, Jaegal Chong-sin chuckled, "Ha ha ha. Sorry for showing such a mistake. Then, I'll go check the broken formation. There was a bit of a problem on your way here, but I'm glad you came safely," Tang Won-jin said, trying to maintain a sense of normalcy. "The part where your escort was lacking, I apologize on their behalf," he continued, his voice carrying a tinge of regret. "Nice to meet you. I'm Tang Won-jin, a member of Bangui Brigade, responsible for your training during the competition period," he concluded, his tone becoming more authoritative. "The Bangui Brigade? No way. I heard it disappeared years ago." Tang Yeon-Myeong mumbled in her mind, her surprise evident. The Bangui Brigade is a renowned group of warriors and a direct military force under the former patriarch of the Tang family. Each member was as formidable as a great leader, making them one of the Tang family's most formidable elite forces. "Why are you not in the Tang family instead of standing here and becoming our instructor?" Yeon-Myeong asked, his curiosity piqued. With a bitter expression, Tang Won-jin answered, "Years ago, we fought a desperate battle to protect our master, the patriarch, the poison phoenix, against heaven's brilliance demon lord, and we were disastrously defeated. Now, having failed to protect our master, we are nothing but sinners," he concluded, his tone heavy with regret. Introduction ends here. Now, listen carefully as I explain the competition rules, Tang Won-jin said, shifting the focus back to the matter at hand. Hearing those explanations, one of the participants said, "Then, the legendary technique of the Tang family, 10,000 heavenly flower rain, that was lost while fighting heaven's brilliance demon lord. Can that also be included?" It's Tang Yuri asked, her curiosity evident. 10,000 heavenly flower rain is granted to the one who becomes the young clan leader. Though it's incomplete, the essence has been passed down by the elders. Tang Won-jin answered, his tone conveying authority. 10,000 heavenly flower rain, the technique that handles numerous hidden weapons like a storm, right? Yeon-Myeong thought, his mind racing with possibilities. Similar to sword control technique, using inner energy to control swords without touching them, he continued, his thoughts aligning with Tang Won-jin's explanation. Maybe I can try to mimic it to some extent. I'm sure it'll be fun. He concluded, his tone tinged with determination. You will receive the essence of 10,000 heavenly flower rain from the elders, one by one. Tang Yeon-Myeong explained, his voice becoming more instructional. Whether you can handle 10,000 heavenly flower rain through this, I'm not sure either. I've talked too much. From now on, you will focus solely on training. Whether you train together or individually, do it freely. Tang Yeon-Myeong instructed, his tone firm yet encouraging. Excuse me, Warrior Yeon-Myeong. Where will we be staying? Where can we sleep? Tang Yuri inquired, her concern evident as she awaited an answer. Isn't it natural to be self-sufficient in this forest? You didn't think you'd be training while lounging in comfortable beds, did you? Tang Yeon-Myeong responded, his voice carrying a hint of gruffness tempered by a sense of practicality. Comfort will not make you strong. At your current level, adapting to extreme environments is the priority, he continued, his voice unwavering. Now, start your practice based on your own judgment, he concluded, his tone signaling the end of his explanation. If I qualified, is it okay to live comfortably while sleeping in a nice bed? Yeon-Myeong queried, a playful grin quirking his lips as he sought clarification. It seems to me that adapting to this forest's environment is unnecessary, he continued, his thoughts aligning with Tang Yeon-Myeong's stern attitude. The three other participants couldn't believe what they just heard. What are you saying, you brat? Tang Yeon-Myeong exclaimed, her frustration evident in her voice and posture. Tang Yeon-Myeong deeply pondered about Yeon-Myeong's capabilities. The epitome of arrogance, but if that child is the one who broke the barrier, it might be good to verify his abilities. After a bit of consideration, Tang Yeon-Myeong declared, fine, if you pass the test, you can stay in the manor inside the formation, a challenge gleaming in his eyes. But if you fail, you'd better be prepared yourself, participant number 28, he warned, his expression stern as he issued the ultimatum. Confidently speaking, I'm good with that, let's do it right away. Yeon-Myeong agreed, his demeanor resolute as he prepared for the test ahead. All right, the test is simple. The team members will surround you and throw hidden weapons. The test ends if you manage to block or dodge them within 5 steps. We'll start as soon as your eyes are covered. Tang Yeon-Myeong explained the rules, his voice becoming more authoritative. Is this even possible? Moreover, it sounds too overkill. Tang Yeon-Myeong wondered, disbelief coloring her features. Why is no one moving? Could it be that they're increasing the pressure over time on purpose? She speculated, her expression growing more apprehensive. Without waiting for any command, the warriors surrounding Yeon-Myeong simultaneously hurled their weapons. With a composed demeanor, Yeon-Myeong relied on his instincts to anticipate the number of weapons being thrown and their trajectories. Is it 167 in total? It's quite a lot, but still manageable, Yeon-Myeong mused to himself. Attachment. Many overlook that martial arts isn't just about techniques, but also contains principles such as depth. Simply, principles like weight, speed, and change are fundamental. The martial arts of ascension contain breaking, scattering, attaching, cutting, and sharpness. For Yeon-Myeong, who had already realized these principles through the sword in his previous life, it was a simple task. For those who had trained but not attained enlightenment, it was akin to witnessing a miracle. The instructor couldn't believe what had just happened. Just by a simple movement, all the hidden weapons were repelled? Tang Yeon-Myeong concluded, his mind racing to understand the sequence of events. It wasn't repelled, he just simply altered the direction of all those weapons. How is that even possible? He concluded, his realization sinking in. If it were me, I would be busy trying to dodge for sure, he concluded. Same as the instructor. Tang Yuri couldn't believe her own eyes and asked, "What did we just witness?" Her voice filled with wonder. All the weapons were neutralized with just simple swing. Tang Yeon answered, her voice filled with amazement. Did I pass? Yeon-Myeong asked his instructor. Too stunned by the event, Tang Yeon-Myeong was left speechless, unable to formulate a response. Warrior? Warrior Yeon-Myeong. Tang Yeon snapped at the instructor. Well, yes, the result is yes, you've passed. Tang Yeon-Myeong startled and back to his senses. You may go to the manor and rest, he continued, his tone softening slightly. A monster seems to have appeared, Tang Yeon-Myeong murmured, his mind filled with uncertainty and awe. Hey, you're not thinking of leaving your team behind to enjoy comfort alone, are you? Tang Yeon-Myeong shouted, her indignation evident. Wow, anyway, the manor must offer a different taste of meals, but do they even provide meals in the forest to begin with? Yeon-Myeong teased, his grin mischievous. Looking forward to it, he continued, his excitement apparent. Make sure to include meat with every meal, ha 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 ha, Yeon-Myeong jokingly requested. Stay right there, you bastard, Tang Yeon-Myeong demanded, her frustration reaching its peak. Hearing the conversation among the participants, Tang Yeon-Myeong deeply pondered. It's good that the other team members haven't lost their motivation, but it seems the battle has already been decided even before the competition begins. Perhaps this child could be the one. A flicker of hope mingled with doubt in his mind. Maybe this guy can revive the Sichuan Tang family.